we want to make sure that everything comes together. Everything becomes a reality. Everything that a marketing team puts together is known. Okay, so when we start to talk about what is marketing, we understand that these are great ideas that bring a customer to your store or bring a customer to your entity. Okay, so they're coming up with new ideas, new products. They define features. They're setting up the price. They identify target markets. They provide good values, and they want to get people to buy into it. Okay, so when we look at the value, think about the value of school. Okay, and let's talk about within the marketing concept, what does Centennial College do to attract new students for the upcoming 2024-2025 year? Okay, let's look at it very, very carefully. So number one, okay, everywhere you go, you see a lot of marketing blitzes of Centennial, meaning that Centennial is paying a lot of money to have somebody do their advertising. Okay, they always say think differently or be the next big thing. Okay, and you'll see it all the time. You go in East Centennial and you'll see that wonderful student that we had writing on, I don't know, a window of some sort. Okay, a window of opportunity. So what we're doing here is that we're trying to engage the customer and we're trying to find what they need. The customer comes back to us and said, listen, I finished school, or I am an international student, or I am a student who just recently graduated from university and I'm looking for a hands-on position, and I'm going to contact Centennial College. Okay. And because I figure out Centennial College, how did I say I want to go to Centennial College? Why not, go to Durham College, or possibly why not go to Seneca or Sheridan? Okay, so what occurred here is that there was a marketing blitz that made the student come to us. Okay, and what's happening in I would say mostly March, April, and so forth. A lot of students, especially students out of high school, they're going to do open tours. So as you go into April, and usually within the study week, I wouldn't call it study week, when we're done, week 14, new students are going to come in, and what they're going to do is they're going to tour the campus. The only problem is that we don't have you guys showing up and doing what you would love to do. But what we do is we want to show open house to the students and tell them, hey, listen, this is the school, this is the campus, this is your future, and this is a fit. Okay. There's a good chance that a good number of students who will come to us, they're not going to be our customers. Okay. They're not going to say, I will be joining you guys in September of 2024. I'm just not. Okay. So what's going to happen here is that there are going to be students who will probably go somewhere else, maybe to Seneca, maybe Durham, maybe somewhere else, but we are constantly marketing to them. I've seen, and I'm proud of this myself, okay? Not that I'm part of the marketing team, but I love walking into a theater with my wife, and we sit down, and all of a sudden, before the show starts, they show Centennial. I'm saying, Centennial, look, I work in Centennial. This is amazing. And then when I get stuck in traffic sometimes and I honk, I'm getting angry, and I use really bad cuss words that I'm not allowed to use here, I love to see advertising all over Toronto about, Centennial College. So Centennial College is well known. Okay. We're trying to put a name to ourselves. We're trying to put value. Okay. But the thing is, what are we selling here? We're selling education, right? So when you look at the teams that create the blitzes to create the marketing concept for Centennial College, we're bringing so many different players. We're bringing the teachers. They're asking the teachers, what do you teach? What is your class about? Okay. And they're bringing students. They're asking, students, through surveys, how do you like the school? Okay. Yes, I do agree. Surveys are amazing because, you don't like a teacher, you can start roasting them up in the surveys. Okay. It's like, how does the finance teacher taste like? You got to put more barbecue sauce on him because we're roasting him like crazy. You can do that. Sure. Hats off to you. But you also are giving us surveys about how clean the school is. You're telling us about how technology is being used. You're telling us, whether you will promote Centennial College in the future. Okay. So we talk to the students. You guys are an important department. We talk to the marketing department on what kind of initiative they do. We take, our company profits and then we spend it again within, marketing blitzes, commercials online, social media. We focus on, advertising on buses because bus terminals are very important. We focus on everywhere in the GTA, and we also create open houses, and these open houses, attract hundreds, if not thousands, of potential students to come in and see for themselves what Centennial is all about. Okay. So all of a sudden you have all these programs, but it's not just, the students, it's not the marketing department, it's not the teachers, the faculty, and that's it. There's, scientists in the school who are figuring out how to create the best program. And also, um, people in the team telling them, listen, we're promoting, Centennial College. How about, creating a marketing blitz to let people know what is going on? Okay. So all of these are very, very important. And eventually they all create the marketing program for our team. Okay. So eventually, when you start to engage in all of these, you start to create a better system and you start to find out exactly what this all means. So a lot of times you start to identify your market and you start to identify exactly what the market is all about. So, when we advertise everywhere, one of the biggest problems that occur is that when we advertise, we are not directing specifically on one person, but a lot of people. So you may have maybe a 70-year-old person come to you and say, listen, I got nothing better to do. I'm retired. I just want to go back to school. Are they really your marketing team? Not really. Okay, and that's the same problem we have with a lot of products. Sometimes if you mass produce the product, you may mismatch the customer, and eventually you get the wrong customer sometimes, and that becomes a huge problem in marketing. Where if you take more advanced marketing classes and you major in marketing, you can start to learn about how this happens. So now, unless of course, when we start to identify many customers. We look at attracting many customers from all over the place. And the question now is, how do marketers identify the target market? Okay, how do we take a dartboard and throw darts on the wall and try to hit a bullseye? So first, they usually identify the overall market for the product, the individuals, the companies that need a product and are able to buy it. So again, we're looking for potential customers that have money, and of course, this market can include either both two groups. You can deal with a consumer market where buyers who want the product for personal use, so they're kind of like the end users. So in our particular case, when we buy a product, for example, like a pair of pants, we buy it, and we're the final user. We will wear the pair of pants. However, you can also be working with in an industrial market. An industrial market is that buyers who want the product for use in making other products. So that means, of course, that we may not buy the final item, but we may buy mass amounts of them so that we can put in retail stores. We may buy, a container load of them so that we can distribute them to the retail stores, or we may be a manufacturer that we're looking for the parts and the pieces so that we can put it together. Okay, so you might focus on only one market or both. For example, a farmer. Okay, a good example of a farmer. They might sell blueberries to individuals, so they might go on Saturday. And I used to love doing that. This is the nostalgia for me. I used to love going to open markets on Saturday and Sunday, buying fruits and vegetables. So they can buy blueberries to individuals on the consumer market, but also that same farmer, they can go to an industrial market, and in industrial market, they can sell these blueberries to restaurants, to bakeries that will use them to make muffins and pies, so that when they finish muffins and pies, they then end up selling it to you as an end user, and then you consume it. Okay. So again, let's take, for example, meat. Okay, so you have meat. You're a butcher. You have a butcher factory. You have a option that allows customers to buy meat from you, but also you will sell it to restaurants, and these restaurants will cut the meat, slice it up according to their liking, and then be able to serve them to their customers. Okay, so that means, of course, they buy a lot more, they pay a lot more, but eventually, when they break it apart, they make more money. Okay, so here's a good example of a two-way system for a company you might know about, and for a company that's on the wall here. Let's take, for example, Coca-Cola. Okay, so you are attracted to Coca-Cola because they're everywhere. Okay, let's not lie about it. You walk out of your class, almost every floor in Centennial College has a vending machine. Now, that vending machine has a cola bottle. You put money in, pay for it, and you get a can of cola, and then you leave it in my class. Do not leave any Coke cans in my class. You need to recycle, but you consume a Coke can, okay? And you leave that Coke can in the class to promote it, and that's awesome. I love it. But cola doesn't just market for you; it markets also for other different means. Okay, so who in the industrial market will buy from Coca-Cola? And the answer is restaurants. So in the same facility that you are buying a a bottle of cola, we also have Subway. Subway is a restaurant, and Subway exists in our cafeteria. So what occurs here is that Subway is going and is putting a cola in their shelves, and they have a system with Coca-Cola. So that means that they're buying a mass amount of them and redistributing them the same way that they're redistributing to you. But the problem is that they're buying mass amounts of them. Okay, so when you look at a buyer in industrial market, buyers who want the product for use in making other products, what they're doing is that they're taking that cola and putting it together in a combo. So when we talk about Subway, you buy a Subway sandwich, okay? And if you want, you can get cookies, like 2 cookies or a bag of chips, and a can of cola, okay? So what occurred here is that what is the difference between me going to a vending machine versus me going to, um, you know, Subway? And the answer is very simple. All right. At Subway, you can get a combo. So an $8.99 meal will cost you now like $12 when they include the combo. So 2 cookies at like $2. The drink itself, another $2. You pay $4 for it, and that satisfies your craving. Vice versa, you can also make it by yourself. So maybe you make cookies at home. You don't need to buy new cookies, and you just go to the vending machine and put $2.50 in, and you get a bottle of cola. Okay, but what's the difference here? Very simple. The difference is that when they bought it, the can of cola for the restaurant cost them next to nothing. Next to nothing. Okay. No, it didn't cost them $2.50. It actually cost them somewhere in the range of like maybe 20, 25 cents. Why is that? Well, think about it. If you are an entrepreneur, let's do some math here. I want to see your math skills. Okay, let's do some math in class. At Costco, which again, Costco is another a good example of identifying your market, where you have both a consumer market and a end market, industrial market. At Costco, you can buy 36 cans of Coke for $15. When you divide $15, 15.00, divide by 36, how much do you get? Does anyone want to do the math for me? I don't have a calculator. Let's see who's attentive here. $15 divided by 36 cans of Coke. How much is that? Anyone?
That's 0.41 or 0.42.
Perfect. 42. So 42 cents. Thank you, Abigail. 42 cents. Okay. You're paying $15. Okay. And I'm assuming you're not just going to buy one package, you're going to buy multiple packages. 42 cents per bottle. So that means when you, Abigail's restaurant, fine luxury food is going to open up, what you're going to do is you're going to be buying a lot of these cans of cola, putting them together. And Abigail learned a lot of business from Centennial College. So eventually, what she's going to do is she's going to sell that bottle for now $2.50. Convenience, right? So what occurs here is that she's got to make close to about $2 per bottle. Okay, so when she puts it as a combo or as an option, people will buy a bottle of cola from her, and she will end up making profit. Eventually, when you really think about it, 36 cans of Coke will net you easily like $70. So when you finish the package, you end up making quite a lot more money. Okay. And that's the idea of the industrial markets. In the industrial markets, you're buying a lot more, okay, almost the cost of a meal or possibly two meals. And the idea here is that when you turn around, you end up making a little bit more money. That's how you identify the target market. So in retrospect, when we look at Coca-Cola, Coca-Cola has a market out there for the industrial market, has a market for the other companies as well. So the idea here is that when you identify your customers, you also want to cluster the customers together. Not every customer is the same. That's also a very big problem. A lot of people assume that customers are the same, and eventually customers will buy from you in mass amounts. Not always correct. And what occurs here is that when you cluster customers, you look at various marketing segments here. And typically marketers determine target markets by combining what we call clustering, different segments and categories based on age, geography, and income. So a lot of times the characteristics does, for example, like Starbucks. Starbucks looks for ideas in marketing for its products. The three demographics that Starbucks looks for is the variables that come to mind is they look at people's age, they look at the geography where they live, Toronto, GTA, Horseshoe, Ontario, Canada, wherever it might be, and their income, how much money they are able to afford our product. So buyers are likely to be, for example, either male or female. They range in the age from about 25 years old to 40 years old, almost beating that market out there. And although college students are aged 18 to 24 and are moving up in importance, geography is a factor for a customer, and they tend to live or work in cities that are upscale or suburban living as well, like Scarborough, Mississauga, and Durham. And those with relatively high incomes are willing to pay a premium for Starbucks, especially coffee. And so income and socioeconomic factors will also play an important role. Okay. So what occurs here is that when you start to look at clustering the segments, you start to look at marketing the mix. Okay. And in marketing mix, what occurs here is that you're developing a mix based on what we call the 4Ps. Now, please remember, if you go to Google, there is more than 4Ps these days. There's like 7Ps and 2Es, one Z and one W. I don't know, I couldn't care less, but the fundamentals of marketing has always been around the 4Ps. Where the product is, what place they sell it at, the price that they sell it at, and the promotion. Okay. So the idea here is when you develop a product, the idea, when you meet the needs of the target market, you're now setting a price, how much they can afford the product, and distributing the product, getting it to a place where the customer can buy it, and promoting the product to inform potential buyers about it. When you put these four all together, it's like a puzzle. You'll get a clue, a result of what marketing is, the marketing mix. Okay. So again, our product is Coca-Cola. When you look at Coca-Cola, and the reason why I use Coca-Cola, they sell it everywhere. Okay. They will sell it to you at Subway, in our cafeteria. They sell it next to Subway at that store or the restaurant that has pizza. Same thing. You walk, 15, feet away, they have vending machines, and every floor in Centennial College has a vending machine. Run away from Centennial College. Then what you have? You have a Petro. Petro sells the cola. Then across from them, McDonald's sells cola, okay? And then there's a grocery store that sells cola. All of these are like 5 kilometers away from you. So there's a lot of places that sell cola. Now, the question with the price is different, okay? We mentioned, Abigail told me that the price of cola, okay, is 42 cents according to buying it at 36 cans of Coke at Costco. However, when you buy it as a one single pack at a restaurant, it will be $2.99. At school, $2.50. And then if you cross over into Petro, you may get a deal. You may get like what 1 liter for like maybe $1.50 because they have a promotion. And here's the worst part: you go see, and I'll tell you a good story. You go see Beyonce, and I was firstly like an animal. Okay, I went to see Beyonce. I paid at Scotiabank Arena $7.99, $7.99 for cola. Okay, so they promoted differently, but they mass promoted for me. They spend millions of dollars to make me want to buy it, to make me think in the back of my head, this is cola, this is your brand. You will be rewarded on it. Okay, so by putting those 4 pieces together, you start to create the marketing mix in an organization. And there's a question. Okay, Abigail, I'll let you guys know what you need to do with it, and I'll help you out. Can we add 2? Hold on. Um, but eventually, what occurs here is that there are branding. And within branding, what occurs is that there's branding strategies around making sure that the brand fits the strategy of your organization. Within branding strategy, what occurs here is that you build a brand equity. And within brand equity, what occurs is that there are branding strategies to make sure that there's a value for the product. Eventually, what happens here is that by building brand equity, you're looking at packaging and labeling. You want to make sure that when you sell a product, that product will sell itself without even having advertising on it, because the box tells you what you're going to get. And eventually, what you're going to do is you want to promote the brand as well, to tell people we're alive, we're kicking, we exist, and we want you to be our customer. So what happens a lot of times is that you're promoting a product, you're promoting a lifestyle, you're promoting an idea, and you use different promotion tools, whether it's a billboard, whether it's online marketing, whether it's advertising or offline advertising, online advertising, personal selling. So people who are working with your company, you want to be able to have them sell the product itself. You will have self-promotion to give them a discount or a promotion out there. You want to make it have a publicity or PR, we call it public relations committee, to let people know that there's new items coming in. So you want to let people, with the media, let them know what's going on. And also what we call marketing robo sapiens, where a AI or some form of AI technology could be able to analyze your needs and then figure out what you would want to get at the end of the day. So the important part is that whatever, promotion product, we call it tools, we call it arsenal, we call it ideas, whatever you're using here. The idea here is that you want to have a one-to-one interaction with the customer. And what happens is that you want to build a customer relationship. A customer should be a customer forever, but it's very hard. It's a challenge. Okay. So let's talk about the challenge, and I'll tell you something controversial that one of my professors even told me when I was doing my marketing. Okay. What he said to me, just to start, he was a very affluent, marketing teacher, very famous. And in our first class for advanced managerial marketing, he started asking people what kind of car you drove in the past 15 years. So I started writing all these companies, and he asked me what cars I drove, and I told him I drove Honda, I drove Ford, I drove a Nissan, I drove this car and this car and this car. And he called me in front of like 100 students in the class a margin stuck in maggot. So a little maggot of bug, a maggot, he called me. And everybody started laughing. I was like, whoa, that's not good. I didn't do something really good here. But he said something controversial, but also he said something very important, okay? Because again, with marketers, they spend a lot of effort to create a program, but it's at that end of the day, the customers can go wherever they want. Why they can go wherever they want? It's a free market. Okay, free market says let the customers dictate wherever they want to go. Okay, it's not just one location, it's multiple locations altogether. So the idea here is that even now with the challenge of social media, many people are getting bombarded with new ideas, new techniques, and new innovation. Okay, you're almost every day you're on social media. Social media is selling to you ideas left, right, and center. So what happens here is that through customer relationship management, we want to keep you forever and we want to do whatever we can. Okay. So let's look at Centennial College. How does Centennial College want you to be a lifetime learner forever? There's a lot of ways. And the way that they do it is that they have alumni programs. So when you do have convocation and graduate, you made friends, you made colleagues, you made people that you like. And what happens here is that you want to meet, maybe in 10, 15 years from now, with your wife and husband, with, your car, your success. You want to have a dinner party and you want to say that, we're doing our, 10, 15-year reunion. And to do that, we want to have a customer relationship that says, listen, let's have an alumni department, which is marketing. And even though they're not, making us any money per se because they're not paying tuition, we want to make sure that there's a network so that we can promote and say, hey, listen, we have a big network, and this network can be of use to bring in more people and eventually to give them a reward of having a party every 10 years. So they do an alumni and they bring in individuals that were in our school 10 years ago. Okay. We throw them a party. The party costs them like, I don't know, $40 to attend. But the idea behind this is that we want to make sure you can connect to it. So we want you to always think about, your time as a student at Centennial. And the same thing with many companies. Companies have customer relationship management because they want information about you so that they can tailor around you. Where do you live? What's your postal code? How much money do you make? Your income? How old are you right now? Okay. I mean, age changes, but your birthday never changes. You're born in 19 or 2000 and something, 19 something, whatever year you're born. I'm not gonna, guess your age, but your age changes. And as you change, you want different things. And assuming when you change, your income changes. So what happened here is that a lot of times because you changed, you want more things. So a good example of change is the company called Gap. When you think about Gap, and again, the reason why I brought Gap is if you see down below here on the lower end, there is a Gap store with Gap advertising. Gap, based with customer relationship management, they want to keep you as a customer forever. Boom, boom, boom. They do. Okay. How do they keep you forever? Very simple. They keep you forever because when they are able to market for you, the idea behind marketing is that they want you to be a customer for them until you become a professional. Okay. So before Gap, there's another company that they have, which is Old Navy. Within Old Navy, what they do is that Old Navy comes to you, and Old Navy, what they promote is that they promote, okay, a new lifestyle, a new idea. Okay, so when they look at the promotion of a company like Banana, the Old Navy, their target market is young kids. Okay, so they target kids as young as 6, and they go all the way to age 15. Okay, so what occurs here is that whenever you look at the age difference, the age discrepancy here, what occurs is that you want to make sure that this could be an element for change, that this could be an element for different ideas that could occur. Okay, so when you start to become a teenager, your lifestyle changes. In Old Navy, the target could be the whole family, but the real market is the children. The children will change. And based on their customer relationship management, you want to transition children into young adults. And when you're a teenager, age 13, that's teenage years, all the way to 19, your new market is the gap. The gap is young, the gap is you, the gap evolves. The gap also says the products are a little bit more expensive, but what occurs is that we assume that you are working part-time as a teenager, you're making some money, and eventually you have a purchasing power. So if you really, really want that dress, you really, really want that pair of pants, you will be able to get a part-time job and you will reward on it. So the idea here is that when you start to look at different marketing programs, you want to make sure that based on these marketing programs, you want to fulfill the marketing needs. And within the marketing needs is that you want to create a program that will be effective, okay, on how you will promote the product towards your item, okay? So a lot of times when you start to look at the different options out here, you want to create a new option and create an option including how you are going to promote this. Okay. So what this means is that when you start to look at the different options on creating it, what's going to happen is that you're going to be able to start looking at new promotions, new ideas, and new involvement. Okay. So what occurs here is that when this is going to be done, the idea behind this is that there is going to be a social factor. In 1 second, let me just hold on. Let me just see what's, just give me 2 minutes. Okay. All right, sorry about that, guys. Within the marketing program, what occurs is that through the marketing program, you are going to establish the students at age 16 when they're going to be in the gap, and you want to keep them until they're 24. Why 24? Because you want to promote them into college, and eventually in college, they will be wearing the gap. They will wear it after they're done college when they're younger, and they still wear it maybe until they're 30 or 40 years old. However, after you become a Gap customer, what occurs here is that you can now get a job. And they have another company called Banana Republic. Banana Republic is for professionals, okay? They have suits, they have ties, they have everyday wear that people will be more inclined to wear when they go to work. Okay, so now Banana Republic is a higher end brand. So when you look at a shirt, a t-shirt at at Old Navy will cost you roughly about maybe $8, but at the Gap, it will cost you maybe $16. And then because you're looking at luxury, it's going to cost you maybe $30 at Banana Republic. It's a white t-shirt, okay? And it was probably made at the same factory too. But think about this. When you started going to Old Navy, you were 8 years old, and now you're still going to the Banana Republic when you're in your 30s. Okay, so this relationship has been going on for well over 20 something years. That's impressive. Okay, and it will be more impressive because the target markets are different, even though everybody could be able to be attracted to these markets altogether. So nonetheless, of course, when you start to look at new marketing models, what happens here is that within the marketing models, you're going to be looking at different ways that the model in marketing could be emulated. So the idea here is that when you look at solutions that you want to give to customers, you want to look at access to get to the customers, different ways to educate the customers with brochures, information one-on-one, and eventually when you start to look at the value that you give to the customers, the idea that you want to create here is be able to attract the customers and get the customers to be able to look at the product and eventually be able to get the product altogether. Okay. All right. Just looking ahead, guys, and I'll talk to you guys right after our break. I mentioned that the case analysis for Tim Hortons has been released. It's individual. Please look at it. Please work on it and complete it within the due date. It's available on eCentennial. It talks about Tim Hortons and COVID-19. What did they do? How can they do it better? And follow the questions that were given. And I'll talk about it next half of the class. Follow the breakdown and protocols in proper case study. And when it's due, please look on eCentennial. You will see the due dates. There's the first due date, which is the first due date, and the 3-day grace, which means that if you still use the 3-day grace, you can still get it marked, but there's a penalty to submit it late. So please work on it individually and submit it to me at your latest. Also looking ahead, I will talk about it right after our break, but there will be a group that you need to create here. I believe one team already told me that they want to create a group, but please remember, guys, that you need to create a group in this week. Okay, and the groups can be I said 6, but you can have up to 8. Okay, so I believe I got a request here. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's a little bit big, but you can. All right, Abigail, you could break the team apart into 2 if you would like. Okay, but you can only do up to 8. Okay, so let me know how you want to approach that. Okay, going 9 is way too over. It was originally 6. I push it to 8 so I can make 5 groups. Okay, so please make sure what your choice might be, and I'll tell you how to formulate the team. But I will release your student email and your information. Responsibility is to message them and get to know who you are. And if any students do not message or communicate in proper time or do not communicate with you, they will lose marks and forfeit. Okay? So please make sure that everybody is on the same scale here. Please make sure that everybody knows exactly, what they need to do, and eventually, please formulate the teams. And right after, I'll tell you how to create a team. Okay. Any other questions before we go further? Any questions about marketing or about the class? Everybody's clear? All right. So again, guys, if you want me to put you in teams, I'll give you instructions of what you need to do. But if not, please make sure that you formulate a team. Make sure that if not, I will put you on a team. But please make sure that you coordinate it properly. Okay. Groups of 8. Okay. We need 8 people. It usually was 6. 6 was maximum. Now I've stretched it out to 8, but I cannot stretch it out anymore. Okay. So once we're back, I'm going to give you instructions more on Tim Hortons. Then I will allow you guys to look at business venture, and we'll talk more about that as well. Any further questions? It's clear? Okay. So let's take a break. And the time right now is 5:30. Take a 10, come back at 5:40. And then I'm going to talk to you guys about the 2 major assignments. And eventually we will discuss a little bit more about other different aspects. Okay. All right. So please, guys, please take a break. See you at 5:40 and we will restart. See you soon. Don't leave VR class. Only Zoom class, I would say. All right. So take a break and I'll see you guys in a bit. All right. Welcome back, everybody. I hope you guys were having a good break. So we're done our lecture, okay? But what I want you guys to do is I want you to focus on the two major deliverables that we have in this class. So we're going to focus on the individual case study and the group work. What we have is the short case analysis assignment. It's worth about 60 points. And what you will see here is that the purpose of the 60 points and 10%, it provides students an opportunity to demonstrate critical thinking and to analyze, evaluate, and apply relevant information regarding the role of change that happens and trends that happen within a business, especially trends that happen during COVID-19. So COVID-19 has caused an operational mayhem in management and employee motivation. And the important part that we have to understand is based on these individual analysis, as business students, we look at case analysis assignments that will help us understand how to apply many of the essential employability skills necessary for today's ever-changing business environment and being able to think through different issues presented in the case study and offer your insights based on the concepts that you have learned in this course, along with relevant research from a number of different sources to demonstrate your ability to understand and articulate strategies that are needed within today's ever-changing business environment. So what do you have to do exactly? Very simple. You're going to go read an article. It talks about Tim Hortons uniform may soon include masks as drive-thrus and dining rooms get pandemic makeover. So we see it all today. We still see the barrier. We still are in Zoom in some classes. And as you read this article, make notes and consider how operational processes such as site selection, capacity, planning, management, marketing, and operations, how they relate to the service industry that a company like Tim Hortons represents, and consider how employees motivate and may impact the operational process within a company. So I gave you the article, and if you need further access to the article, let me know. I'd be more than happy to help you. So when you're done reading it, you will use case analysis process to write a report about the operational employee motivation and challenges that COVID-19 presents and the service industries like Tim Hortons. They use websites to help you understand the element regarding how to employ case analysis. So I gave you a website called WikiHow and analyze a case study. And in order to reach all these 60 points that we have on the table, I want you to look over the WikiHow website. And along with the questions I provided to you, it will guide you on using headings, footers, and providing bold structures to report the case study individually in a good manner. Okay? The other part that I have for you guys is that whenever I hopefully will start talking about the format and the different instructions, there's a couple of questions that we have on this particular one. And the first one talks primarily on the business environment. Within the business environment, begin your analysis by discussing the business environment that Tim Hortons is operating in. To do this, describe the type of organization that Tim Hortons and two of their competitors are part of. So if you have seen something that's very similar and how you understand the prognosis of Tim Hortons, I want you to include brief information about their market and who their consumers are, and discuss any significant changes that occurred in the business environment that they're operating in. So include new things that they're using, like loyalty programs, what they're doing well, what they can improve, and 8 marks out of the 60 marks, which is kind of like a page or a page and a half, should be about their business environment. Another 6 marks, which might be a page or less, be about the business structure of the company. Okay. Discuss the management structure and the employee base and financial history, including annual turnover rates, profits of Tim Hortons. Include in your discussion a brief overview of the leaders of Tim Hortons and include any CSR initiatives that leadership teams have embarked on, and eventually discuss that in your second question. Now, in your third question, what problems do they have with relations to that article. Identify the key issues regarding COVID-19 and its importance from an operational perspective process. Include how COVID-19 impacts site selection, how they impact, beyond site selection, capacity planning, managing operations, and employee motivation. So that should be a page, page and a half. That should also be about 8 points. So altogether here, we took about 20 points out of 60 points for 3 questions. Then their business response, okay? Examine the steps why Tim Hortons has taken operationally to deal with COVID-19. Include a chronological progression of steps taken or steps that they could have taken, including your discussion, things that they did that were successful and that were not successful. So put that into your perspective. And eventually, what occurs here is that on your recommendations, please recommend based on what you have researched, what have you studied within a course. So we talked about lots of fundamentals within the organization. So things you would recommend Tim Hortons to do to ensure operation process will become a success, employees will stay motivated, and they stay competitive in the eyes of the consumer. So again, we talked about CSR today. How did they put CSR in the perspective? You tell me. You may need to consider what their competition have done. Ensure that you use specific examples and support your response with course concept, appropriate research, and that will be 8 points. And then in your conclusion, discuss for me what changes would you in your personal response make for Tim Hortons so that you can recommend proposing that will be very effective. Conclude your discussion by reviewing your findings and emphasize on how you would do things differently for COVID-19 in this case, if you were a leader as an operational manager. And then next week, we're going to talk about operation management. So this will help you understand the part number 6 conclusion. And then part number 7, it's not really a question, but if you add references, including APA in text citations, in the written contact of all the facts and figures, ideas, graphs, quotes, paraphrases, and so forth within the writing analysis, include a formulated reference list on a single page at the end, a bibliography. In the case analysis report, 1 page, I'll give you 12 marks, 6 marks for correct use of text citation, 6 marks for correct formatting. That's a freebie. So when you start to look at it, like there's 48 marks, plus I'm adding another 12 marks altogether for references. There's a lot of things you can really get good marks at if you do really well here, okay? Nonetheless, the document formatting should also be added. So on top of these marks, I know I didn't do it correctly because I think there's another, what is it? Another 6 marks. So it's actually, right now, we're like out of 54 when we look at this, all these 7 items. But on top of these ones, to get that wonderful 60, if you really, really do well, and I'm really, really hoping you do well, document formattation. So content should be single space with space between the paragraphs, 12 font sizes, Arial, Calibri, Times New Roman for all I care. Use headings provided. Save the document on PDF. There should be about 6, 7 pages in total, or even 8, depends on how much you write. Include reference page. Should be no more than 8.5. And you will need to include a cover page, okay? A very nice formatted cover page with your first name, last name, class section, my name, hopefully, if you know my name properly, not Mr. Professor, and date submitted. That will be 3 marks. And then a table of contents on it to tell me exactly where the information is. Another 3 marks. So you can use MS Word. You can do it by blank document. This process is you click reference tab, select the pre-formatted content, or you can do it by Scratch. Some people like Scratch, some people like the opposite. As long as you see a table of contents, 3 marks, you will be rewarded, okay? Love to give rewards. Submission, ensure you completed all elements of the assignment, answered all the questions, check for spelling, grammar, punctuation, ensure that you have cited all research properly and written properly, the content, the APA citation, and included APA format. submit your individual case study on eCentennial prior to week 13, and you're done. Okay. Any questions? Any questions on individual case study, Tim Hortons and COVID-19? 6 major questions, references, a couple of freebies here and there. Everybody's clear? And here? Thank you. You're awesome, Abigail. All right, next up, all right? I want to make this short and simple, all right? Next up, we have the business venture assignment, okay? Under business venture assignment, okay? It's worth 100 marks. I have 100 points altogether, worth about 20 or so % of your final mark. The purpose of your final venture, whoop, wait. Stop the train. All clear. Thank you, Uzma. So next up, what I have for you is the business venture. Under business venture, the purpose around business venture is for you guys to learn how to work effectively in teams and to apply the skills that you have learned about the business and the entrepreneurship to develop a business idea. Okay. When you look at the importance of this item, this assignment, you will help apply your skills in order to explore the entrepreneurial mindset of the elements required for a business plan. It will also enable you to reflect on CSR as it directly applies to the business idea that your group has created. So finally, under the assignment, you will provide the opportunity to perform a pestle analysis to assess a better understanding on operative environment for your business. And all these elements that we talked about through week 1 to week 13 or so, essential employability skills for students to develop to be successful in today's ever-changing environment. So in a business venture, you will be working with teams of up to 8 people, okay? This team is going to be a project, okay? And teams will work as a group to complete the work required for this project as per direction of myself. Teams have been set up by students in eCentennial, and I'm going to tell you exactly at this point how to do it by yourself. So right after I'm done this, I'll just show you quickly what you need to do. The computer can randomly place you into group, but I'll do this as a last resort. And what you're going to be doing is you will go to communications under eCentennial, go to our class. There's a tab that's called communications. And under communications, you go into groups. You will see a link for business new venture assignment. Click on the number to see the names of people in your group, but you can actually put the teams as is. You just need one leader to click who's on your team and to make sure that wherever they click, they're correct. Okay. So a lot of times they, by accident, have a Kumar, a Patel, they by accident write the wrong person, and it becomes pretty ugly. But click on the number to see the names of the people in your group. Use the email icon or the class list to email your group members, and you will collaborate to ensure that effective online collaboration, whether it's on MS Teams or WhatsApp, could be done, even Outlook email. All you guys have emails, and all you guys have an eCentennial email. Okay, so I do not have your Gmail or your private email, so please make sure that you focus on that. And the first step for your group venture assignment is meet your teams and get organized. So that's about 20 points. Get on the discussion board, introduce yourself, select the team and the team leaders in the discussion board, and develop a work plan. Okay. But I'm giving you guys an opportunity up until Sunday to formulate your teams. And I would recommend do it tonight. Okay. Get one leader, put everybody in, up to 8 people, and make sure that you're on a team. If your team is over 8 people, I would heavily recommend split them up. Okay. 4 people in one team, 5 people in another team. And don't worry, if you would want, I will add more people up to maximize of 8 people. How you want to split the teams is all your call. You can have 8 people and then maybe 3 people on one side, 6 in the other. I don't know, but it's your call up to 8. Okay. We have 40 students. I want 5 teams. Okay. So after that's done, what we are going to be doing is after step number 1 and 2, you're going to create a partial business plan, not a full one. Okay. Once you have a business idea, any idea, I don't care which idea it is. Okay. You want to open up a shop, you want to be a florist, you want to open up a franchise, you want to own McDonald's, you want to own Tim Hortons, Shibuya has millions of ideas, you want to do service, whatever it is, pick an idea. I love ideas. I want to hear your ideas. Okay. So every team has to have their own idea. And to add to the creative element, how you're going to plan and ensure that too much content is not created. Students will create a visual report for me. And what they're going to do is that they're going to create, number one, a Word document within the executive summary. So describe the business for me. They'll include the elements for the section. That will be 8 points. Identify your business opportunities, what your target market looks like. Okay. So you're going to include your section, your element, and omit the date of the business that was registered to, incorporated. Address the contact information, and if we're doing this for real, you would include that information as well. Talk to me about the customer service relationship aspect, and eventually, what I want you guys to do is also formulate a marketing and sales strategy plan. That'll be 15 points. Include all elements of the marketing plan, and your team include the elements of how you're going to recruit people, train people, associated cost of your business. I'm not asking for real numbers. Give me an estimate, but actually play around with the estimate. Okay. Don't tell me that this business that you're starting, maybe a paper route business, is going to cost you like $20 million. I'll find that hard to believe. And I think technically I'm trying to joke around this. My head's trying to think around. If you give me a joke, type of associated cost, I'm going to give you a joke mark back in. Okay. So please remember, guys, I'm looking for some reality, but not too much reality. Operational side, include in your section the day-to-day operations, facility requirements are needed for this venture business of yours. And on the last two sections, what I want you guys to look at is a financial forecast. Again, how much it costs for you to start a company, but also once the company started, what do you expect to get? So again, you don't really know because the company's not there, but what do you assume? I'm guessing the first few months, not a lot of money. There's going to be a lot of losses, but eventually, when you propose that based on this venture business, you will break even. So I would suggest create a spreadsheet and then give me, say, let's start this business in September of 2024, 4 quarters. You're going to be at losses, but then at 2025, you're going to be making sales, 2026 sales, and let's say for next 5 years, between 2024 and 2029, give me a projection. That's it. That's all I'm looking for. But again, it's guesstimate. What do you assume that, say, $5 million in opening a franchise for McDonald's, what kind of return do you look for? Okay. So yes, maybe you're going to do some research, but give me an estimate of what you will include. So give me a statement for 3 months. Give me a statement for maybe 3 years. It's all your call. And then also give me a pestle analysis. So political, environmental, social, technological, legal, and of course the other environment that we talk about beyond the environment you're in, but the green environment, what kind of green initiatives and sustainability you're looking for. So be sure to connect the dots of how Pesto relates to the overall business idea on the executive summary, but also give me a Pesto analysis in your project. And then when you're done, all I'm asking for is that you have completed all sections indicated within the business plan. Make sure that you use either MS PowerPoint or PDF or Word to put all the submission together. Writing should be no spell checking, no spelling errors, use spell check, fix the grammatical errors, punctuation, and so forth. Use APA text format if you want to use references. That's why having Word might be more useful, more advantageous. And include within the APA references a list as the last slide, okay? Formatting, use headings for each section, balance the image and the document. And in your submission, submit as a PDF file on eCentennial. And only one person within a team does that. There's 5 teams. maximum 8 people per team, but make sure that you are on a team, okay? It will be done in the last day of our class, which is the 14th, but please make sure that everything will be done. Now, additional resources that can help you out here is that if you need academia and APA format, looking at whatever is needed, there is a website for pestle analysis, so I gave that for you guys as well. How to write your reports in PowerPoint. If you would like to use PowerPoint, there is that as well. APA citation in Columbia College, and ESL writing from Purdue College. I gave that for you guys as well. And last but not least, this is basically the breakdown of what you will do in the business strategy. Any questions here about what we mentioned on the business plan? Good, 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 good. I'm hoping good, good, good. Ooh, okay, perfect. Okay, so for now, guys, take the time to formulate a team. Okay, so you can have up to 8 people or less, but then if I see there's vacancies in your team, I may put people in. Okay, but however, if these people do not perform, let me know and I will deal with them because I'm also allowing you to make the teams, but also I want to make sure that people are performing. Create team norms and governance. Okay, divide the work evenly, and as you can see, there's points out at the work. Make sure that you know when to deliver the items so that you can put it all together. Everyone should contribute. Make sure you will complete the work by the end of the semester. And if any of the team members do not communicate with you, there will be consequences, and I will talk to them one-on-one. Okay, but again, we have 14 people in the class. We usually have an average no more than 20. There's 40 people here, and a lot of people do not show up. Okay, so that is a concern. Okay, and I want to make sure that people do show up and do make an effort. So please make sure that people are attending, people are contributing, and people are making the best effort. Okay, so what I'm going to show you very, very shortly is how to make your teams without my assistance. No question, sir. Thank you. Awesome, Shibuzu. And I'm looking for Shibuzu's wonderful business analysis case. It's going to be interesting. What I want to show you guys very, very quickly is I want to show you how to make a team. Okay. So what I'm going to show you now is I am going to open up in, is this it? All right. Thank you. All right. So what I'm going to show you very quickly, I'm just, the page is opening up right now. I'm going to open up home. I'm going to show you step by step on how to do it. Also, if you need more instructions on it, I'm going to upload very shortly tonight. I'm going to upload the YouTube so that if you want to review this class, review it, and it will be at the end. Okay, so please make sure to do it. So what you need to do, go to Fundamentals of Business. This is the section. You guys will see it. This is tabs right here. You see where my mouse is? Oh, wait, by the way, can you see my screen before I continue? Can you see
Yes,
my
we
screen? Okay, good.
Yes, sir.
All right, perfect. So one student, the representative of your group, will go here. This is class list. This is discussion, groups, intelligent agents, and Zoom. Normally, I would expect if you click on Zoom, you would get to our Zoom class. So what you do is you click on discussions. Sorry, let's go back. You click on group, sorry. And under group, once you click on it, you go into managing the groups. Now, my interface and your interface are going to be different, but eventually, this is called Groups for Winter of 2024, BUSN119. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to connect it with the business venture. Okay. I'm also going to post it on eCentennial. So what you will need to do here is that when you click on it, it will tell you to enroll users. So what you're going to see is you're going to pick down here. You're going to pick a group. So all these groups are vacant right now. there's 0 members on any of them. Let's say you are gonna find a group that's vacant, click on it. And what you're gonna do, from my end, it's gonna be different. For your end, it's gonna be different as well. But you're gonna see, let's say, this group, okay? I'm gonna just assume, let's say, it's gonna look like this. So you pick group 1, and this is all the available individuals in our class, okay? So let's assume you are Josephine, and you want to be with Ashad and all these individuals. So you pick up to 8 people, and then you click save. And what's going to happen is that now you are a group, okay? But please remember, guys, please look at this very, very, very carefully, because sometimes by accident, you may click on somebody who is not part of it. And what occurs is that that person now is part of your team, and I have to change it, and it will be a headache, okay? So please make sure, double check it, okay? If I hear that there's a mistake, I'm going to be maybe dissecting marks from the team. But please make sure, just go over it, that everybody is clarified on the team. And what you will see here is that you will see your name, and make sure your leader just knows your full name, or at least your student ID. And what they will do is they will pick it, and then once they save it, you will be a team. That's all you have to do. Okay? So I'm not going to make this team. I'm going to cancel it. I could technically make a team, but what I'm letting you guys do right now, between, I'd say, today and Monday, is that make a team. Make a team and make sure you're on team. Okay? Make a team up to 8. Okay? For those who have less, I'm going to encourage people to be on your team, but please make sure that they focus with the work, okay? So that they don't just say, hey, I'm part of team number 4, 4 people, and they simply do not join, okay? So again, guys, how do you form a team? Go to communicate, go to groups, click on it, and then you will have options for group for winter of 2024, BUSN119, and you're golden. Questions? Look, a team is formed. Can we look at it? I'm too excited. Let's see who's on the team. Samia, you made a team by yourself. But Samia, if you want to add more people, you're now the leader, so you can pick more people and you can have them join in. Any other questions? Is it very self-explanatory, this system? Samia, are you here? Yeah, you are. Okay. So Samia, please pick your team. If you need any more assistance, that'll be helpful. But does anyone have any questions that I can help out with here? I'm here to help. Let's see if there's an update. Look at this. They're making the teams. Beautiful. But guys, please remember, don't just pick you. Okay. You have to pick other members. Okay. So you have to click on other members and pick them all together. Okay. So pick a vacant group and just add all the members that you want. Once these members are part of a team, they're no longer going to be on a list. So eventually I'm going to open this group, and there's going to be like a handful of individuals that will need a team, and I will put them on a team. Or eventually, if everybody's on, teams of like, let's say 8 times 4, that's like 32. If there's 32 members and they're all maxed out, I'll make a whole new team generically because of that. Okay. So does anyone have any questions? Groups of 8 leaves or more, have some more?
Yes,
Sir,
can you
sir.
help me? Hello, sir. Can you help me with adding more people in my group?
But I told you to not click. Before you click, you have to click on it, and you have to pick all your members. Did you pick all the members? You don't just pick yourself. Are you a leader? All right, let's go back here. Okay,
No.
guys. So again, please, Samia, listen carefully on this, okay? So when you enroll, okay, and the way you're going to see it is that I'm going to take you off, because I'm guessing that some of you guys are not paying attention to this, okay? Because I only see 1 member per group. So guys, do not touch it before I give you instructions, okay? Please refrain from it, okay? And I'm going to tell you this once again, okay? Just follow with me. I just have to save this, and we're going to go back. Do not formulate your team again, because these students, you have to listen to this very carefully, okay? So you're going to enroll users, okay? There's a way to enroll the users. If you're a leader, do not just pick yourself. If you pick yourself, you're on your own team, okay? So what's going to happen? I'm just using an example from section number 1, okay? So in section number 1, okay, I'm going to pick my friends. My friends are Josephine, Ashat, Tishaban, Uzma, and so forth. And let's say I'm going to pick Manu. And then I'll also pick Rajwinder, okay? And then myself, or let's say I'm going to be Shibuzu. Shibuzu, I'm using your name. I have 8 people. I click save, and then I'm done. If you pick your own, you're on your own, okay? So please make sure that you pick the individuals, okay? When you enroll, pick the individuals and then begin, okay? So again, I have one person in this. Uzma, you picked yourself, okay? So do not pick yourself. Get the leader. Get one person before you join. Get them to use it. Uzma, do you want to be on your own team? I'm guessing no. And he's probably gonna say no. So I'm gonna make sure I'm gonna go up here, enroll user. Uzma, please do not touch it. Okay. And Uzma, make sure that you get the leader, and the leader has to click on everybody's team. Okay. So it's a self-enrollment here. So please make sure that within a self-enrollment that everybody joins in. All right. So Uzma, if you're part of a team, make sure that everybody knows who's part of the team, and then add them all together up to 8. If I see 3 people on a team, there is potential I will add randomly more people because there's vacancy. I have to fill up all these vacancies all together. Ideally, if 32 students join in, the rest of the 8 teams, I will put them together. So I don't see an option for enrolling user. You have to click on it. Show me your interface, and I will help you. Do you want to show me your side?
Yeah, me too, sir.
Okay, me too. Who's in me? Abigail, I'm gonna give you access right now to showing me if you want, please. Okay, I'm gonna make you a co-host. Show me your screen.
Screen, yeah. Okay. Um, where's the, just checking here, sorry. And then share.
Okay, good.
So yeah, this one, I'm actually trying to add the group, my group mates, but it's when I click on the view available groups first, right? Or view my groups,
Okay,
because I click one and then it suddenly pop my name, but there's no option to add group.
okay. 1 second. So let me just see if you added yourself. Okay. All right. So, you're part of who's in your group, Abigail?
I sent it to you, sir, on
No, but
the,
who's part of it? Just give
yeah,
me another name.
yeah, Josephine Akupan.
Okay, Josephine, are you here?
Yeah, she's,
Josephine, can
Yes,
you join group number 1?
okay.
Can you get access to it? See?
there, Danny. I
Okay,
think
so he
Danny,
did that. He did that. Okay, so
yeah, I think
basically,
Danny.
it got reversed. Sorry, let me apologize here. So it got reversed this semester. Okay, so what occurred was that your members, you now that you're a member number 1, you establish it. Tell every other member in your group to join in. Okay, so with it's a different self enrollment. The self enrollment is not that you pick. Now it allows you to be able to go in and be able to have people tell them we are number 1. In fact, I can establish if you want. Let me just see if I can do that because this one is a little bit off. Let me see what I can do in this group number 1. If you want, I can change a name. What name do you want in your group? Super Duper?
Why?
Abigail's Wonderful 8?
Oh,
Team
no.
Abigail?
Yeah,
Team Centennial? All right. You guys are
do
Team
that.
Centennial 67. Okay. So you guys got a name. Okay. And you have to tell everybody join Team Centennial 67. Perfect. All right. Who's here? I got David. Okay. Let's call King David's 8. Okay. So I'm making names for you guys. Okay. So if you want to join King David's 8, you can join it, Team Centennial 67. And what you have to do, there's now what is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 2 groups that are created. Now there's going to be 3 more vacant groups that you can start, but you have to tell everybody which group it is. So group 5, 4, and 3 are still open. Okay, so you got to get your members to join in. So it changed a little bit this semester. This semester, you have to actually get it to go. Okay, perfect. Okay, so Abigail, Duong, Samia, Jason. Samia is on your team, right?
Um, I think on in our list, sir, Samia is. I'm just checking the list that I sent to you.
Okay.
I'm just checking on it now because that was given here. Just one moment, sir. Okay.
Yeah.
So in our group, we have Josephine Jing Yun Woo, Jason Villegas, Fatima Ismail, Vishi Kumari Patel, me, Duwang Chan, and Sandra. So I
Samia is
think
on your team?
Samia
All
is
right.
not on the.
All right. So what I'm gonna do, Samia, I'm gonna make because I'm the mod here. I'm gonna move Samia into another group. Samia, who do you want in your group? So Parham is in a team as well. I got, oh wow. Okay, Abigail, Pavel. Okay, so where's Samia? Samia is right here. I'm gonna move Samia into her own wonderful group, and I'll put her right here. Okay, and now Samia is in her own group, and people can join into her group. So Samia, I'm gonna call it Samia's Fab 8. Okay. So now I'm putting teams here. So basically, there's 2 more vacant groups. Okay. You can join Samia's Fab 8, Team Centennial, King David's 8, or now there's a new group popping up, which is Delushka, J. Kumar. Okay. Jay's Wild 8. No, Jay's an 8. Jay's an 8. The Blue Jays. All right. So now I got Jay's an 8. Okay. So there's one more team open, but guys, you can pick Jay's an 8, King David's 8, Samia's Fab 8, or Team Centennial 67. All right. Um, you guys follow with me? Any questions here? So let the members join in. Okay. So you can pick up to 8. All right. But please make sure that they join in. So David, make sure, David, make sure to tell your members to join in. Okay. So again, 1 second, and let me look at these the list here. Pop up. I need a pop up here. Okay, I'm not gonna close it. But okay. So David, which group are you in? King David, right? King David, right? Okay, so King David. Let me go in, and I'll try to dissect it here. Enroll users. King David 8. Okay, where are King David's 8? Okay, so he said he wants Hamid. Who? Oh, Hamid, okay. Hamid he wants. He wants Ranish. Ranish. Ujwal. 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 Parham. Yes, he's on it. Parham's here. And oh, 2 Hamids. You got all the Hamids you want. Wait, is it Hamid? Hamid what? Rahman? Reham. All right. So I made a team there. All right. So King David, look at the new team. Does anyone need another support like that? Or is it straightforward? Does anyone need another help? Because I have like 7 more minutes with you guys. So I can help out with any teams. So as of right now, there's a vacant group 4. People are filling into J's and 8, King David's 8, Samia's Fab 8, or Team Centennial. I'm just gonna change it because nobody understands 67. 8. Okay, you're all on 8s. Okay, pick the teams. Make sure you can join in. Samia, who's on your team? Samia. Samia.
Sir, I haven't decided yet.
Okay, but if you need it, let me know and I'll add people for you.
Yeah, I need it.
Okay, so write them down and I'll find them for you. Does anyone need any more support? Guys, I have 6 more minutes with you guys. I will be more than happy to help here. I am the mod. I can make any team you want. All right. Does anyone have any further questions? Can I assist anywhere? Everybody's clear? Give me some light, people.
Prof, can you add Jing Yun Woo on my team? Jing Yun Woo. Yeah.
All right. Jing Woo. Where is this guy, Jing Woo? Is he coming to
Um,
class?
he is online, sir. No.
I know, but is he a student still? Because I haven't seen him in one class yet. Anyway, if you want him on your team, 1 sec, I'm going to add them. Jing. But tell him to come to class. Jing Woo.
Yeah, Jing Yun Woo.
Okay.
He's here. Yeah.
Done. Okay. All right. Anybody else? Samia, any help? I
Yeah.
see King David is kicking up. Jason 8 is kicking up. Anybody else? Because again,
And also Sir Fatima Ismail.
Fatima Ishmael. Okay, I'll add her as well. All right. So right now, you're to the max.
Yeah.
You're done. So you can call it a day. Guys, 4 more minutes, and then we're going to call it a day as well. So Abigail's group is to the max. Samia, do you want me to add anybody? Or do you want Tom to add?
Yeah, actually, sir, I don't know anyone here, like in the class.
Okay.
So
Cool. Okay. So does anyone take
actually, I
Samia?
know the team, the team 1 and 2 that you created, the David team and the Abby team. But other than that, I don't know anyone here.
Okay. What's
Amia,
team
why
1 and
don't you
2?
just join a group?
Who do you want to join? Samia,
Sorry?
which team do you want to join?
Sir, the first one, Abby.
Abby's filled to capacity.
Okay, the second one.
You are a second one. King David's?
Yeah.
Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna remove you from that group. Okay,
Okay, sir.
all right. That group is also, I'm just gonna come back in. It's not gonna be Samia anymore. Let me just look. Vacant group number 2. And you want to be part of King David. King David, can you accept Samia? Wonderful student. I heard she's in the honor roll. Can't complain. All right. Samia, join in. All right. Anybody else? 2 more minutes, guys, and then I gotta call it a day. Does anyone else need any support? Prof, I am yet to join a group yet, and add me to King David's group, sir. Okay, Shibuzu wants to add to King David. Let me see if that's available. Okay, Shibuzu, I'm gonna add you to King David, and that now King David is to the max. Okay, so Shibuzu, you are now King David. Okay, congrats. Okay, so that leaves us with Jason 8 and 2 vacant groups. Does anyone else need my support here? Anyone? Okay, so there's one group that still can have a few more people. Another one that is vacant, you can start as your own, but please make sure you are joining, because again, if you don't join, you may not get marks and it could be very detrimental. Hello, Prof. Can you add me to Gursanam core group, Jay's group? Karan, Gursaram is not in Gursaram. Well, wait a minute, Karan. Gursaram is not in there, I believe. Oh, Jason 8. Sorry, Jason 8. Jason 8. All right, so let's enroll people. So Karan, he's there. You are there, but you're looking for Gursaram Kaur. All right, she's there as well. Okay, is that all, people? All right, so guys, there's still
Sir, yeah, Josephine here. I have a question.
Yeah.
Not for the assignment, but for our schedule next week. Yeah, because every time I'm checking the schedule of the
It's
quiz
Good
and
Friday, so I'm gonna accommodate, and I'll talk to you guys about what I'm gonna do on that day.
yeah, and there's one quiz that is due on March 27. That's Wednesday, but the topic is operations management, and we're still not yet there. So
But I just want you guys to just work on it, okay? I will give you guys a video around it.
okay, so it will still proceed the quiz.
Yeah, still proceed. There's still information available on it, but I'm gonna give you a formal video around it, okay? And there's a book that you can pick up on it.
Okay, thank you, sir. And then Good Friday, we will wait for your announcement.
All right, Good Friday will probably be a synchronous video. That's how I'm gonna give you it in advance.
Okay, thank you so much. Good
You're very
night.
welcome. Any other question, guys? Is good? All right, have yourself a good one. Take it easy. We'll talk more about this Good Friday. I'm gonna send a message, but take it easy, and I'll see you guys here, hopefully not this week, the week after. Bye for now. You guys were amazing. Hopefully you guys will set up a team, and you will hopefully be able to do pretty well. Thank you. Enjoy. What other question do you have? What? Thank you. And what is the passing score for this course? Like any other course, okay, you need to get a 50. But again, it all also depends on your attendance, behavior, and if I decide that there was a problem, you may have to retake it. But other than that, it's 50 based on the GPA. All right, take it easy, guys. Enjoy, and I'll see you guys here next week. Thank you as well. Have yourself a good night. You guys were awesome. Thank you.